We're here.
Hello and welcome to another edition of 5-Star Broadcast. I'm Andy Peck.
And I'm Angelo Parenti.
And on this episode, we're going to kind of pick up where we left off in the last one. We get cut off because we have this YouTube thing.
Which we are just about a month away from, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully May 15th is going to be the day when YouTube decides we could post videos that are longer than 15 minutes. So we'll see if that happens. But for now, we're going to pick up where we left off in the last one. We were talking about some of the things that have happened in wrestling this week and on Monday Night Raw, and we're going to go into the Undertaker streak being broken, which we've touched on a little in the previous episodes, but we're going into more detail on this. What was your initial reaction? Because you were watching at home.
I seriously...
What were the commentators saying?
Nothing. I think Michael Cole was like, the streak's over, and then there was just silence. I'm sure Vince or someone wanted that. They just wanted it to be complete silence. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. Like, no, I don't think one person, sure someone maybe, but...
The interesting part is, and they say that only like 6 people knew about this, but right before that match, apparently the betting odds started to sway towards Brock Lesnar. So I don't know if there was if like more people in the back started knowing and then telling people, but from what I heard, 6 people knew. It was like The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Vince, Triple H, Stephanie, and Paul Heyman. The referee didn't know. Maybe somebody in production had to have known for that graphic to be made and then for the cameras to be in their places, but like it was a small amount of people.
Yeah, it was... You couldn't believe it, and I think as soon as it happened, you were like, what happens now? Like, the whole looking forward to the streak at WrestleMania is over. And then I think it goes through your head is the Undertaker done?
I thought he was going to retire the next night on Raw, honestly. I thought he was going to be done, or, we'll get into a little bit more with Sting signing, but I thought maybe Sting would come out and do something where he said, you're not retiring yet, you still have a match with me.
Yeah, after seeing the match, I think Undertaker should consider retiring, and then I saw a video of him walking out of the hotel. Everybody's probably sore and hurting after their match, but, this isn't, talking down or insulting. The guy's been doing it for a long time, and I think sometimes, whether it's in wrestling or whatever, you need to end stuff before it gets gets bad. You don't want to be the next, Hulk Hogan trying to wrestle, and just people don't even want to see him wrestle because he don't even want to talk about it. But
for him, for that match, I know a lot of people are saying it was probably the worst streak match in the last few years, but still take into consideration that The Undertaker got a concussion early into this match and went to the hospital immediately following it. So he was in a bad state, and Brock Lesnar, to his credit, carried the rest of that match because apparently The Undertaker had no idea what was going on. So
yeah, that's what I heard too. But hey, that you gotta give it to Brock then for doing that.
Yeah, and now I know we got some questions where people wanted us to not only talk about The Undertaker being defeated at WrestleMania, but also, do we think the streak should have been broken by Brock Lesnar or somebody like CM Punk or Triple H?
If Undertaker, because I feel like the decision was the Undertaker's decision. I think he was this old school guy who was, when he's done, he's gonna go out. I think it would have been cool if nobody ended the streak and he just ended or whatever. But I don't have a problem with Brock Lesnar losing, and not to be trying to make it seem like I was really cool. I knew Brock Lesnar was going to win or whatever. I didn't, but the last couple years, you go into WrestleMania and you kind of, it's predictable that the Undertaker is going to win, but in the back of my head I was always like, man, I hope Undertaker loses, because that would be so cool and everybody would be so pissed. And last year, CM Punk, the way he was, with him in the urn, Paul Bear dying, and then just insulting the Undertaker, the build-up was great. I think it would have been perfect for CM Punk to take it. And do you think, I don't know if I brought this up in our group or if I just thought about this, that CM Punk, everyone thought he left because of Triple H, but do you think maybe CM Punk left because he found out he could have ended the streak last year, but now they're giving it to Brock Lesnar, a part-timer? But, I mean, everyone said that six people knew about it, so I doubt CM Punk was one of those 6 people.
Yeah. I don't think CM Punk knew about it, and I don't think he wanted to break the streak. Like, I don't think he would be one of those guys that would want to break the streak. I think for him, wrestling The Undertaker at WrestleMania was a big match itself. Mm-hmm. Especially, like you said, with him taking the urn and it kind of being like Undertaker was fighting for Paul Bear. I think Undertaker had to win that one, you know?
But, I mean, back to the question, if it was going to end, I'm not pissed that it was Brock Lesnar. I'm sure there could have been other guys, but I don't think it should have been given to, like, you know, a lot of people were saying, like, up-and-comers. I don't think Undertaker's going to want to lose to his streak to someone who hasn't been in the business for a while.
Yeah. I think 2 people could have won, aside from Brock Lesnar. I mean, I'm not really happy with Brock Lesnar winning, but again, like you said, I'm sure it was the Undertaker's decision, and he's, you know...
It's really believable for Brock Lesnar.
And that, too. I mean, the guy's a beast. Paul Heyman's built him up so well, talking about him and everything. Even the next night on Raw...
his promo was great.
Yeah. He put Brock over the top and really sold him as a monster heading into this. I know people were saying that the build-up for Undertaker Brock wasn't as good as the build-up in past years, but I think Paul Heyman did an excellent job both before and after of making Brock an animal. But 2 people that I think could have won, John Cena. I think John Cena against Undertaker would have been awesome to see, with John Cena going after the streak. I think that would have been a really cool match, and probably one of the biggest matches in WWE ever.
Yeah.
Especially if Cena won. But if Cena won, God, the hate that would have been on him. And then the other person, and I know you said not for newcomers, but I think Bray Wyatt could have been really cool.
Yeah, even though I said that, like, I'm not taking it back, like, but it's Bray Wyatt has put himself in the main event picture. He fought. It might not have been the main event card, but he just fought John Cena at WrestleMania. And where was he, last year?
Not on TV.
So it's like, yeah, I mean...
He established himself well in a year.
Yeah. But, I'm hoping we hear something about The Undertaker soon.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it could be a little bit before we see anything about him. I don't know. And I don't know where it goes from here. Does he have a match next year, or does he just retire? I don't know.
But, Paul Heyman did great on the mic. I think whenever Paul Heyman talks, people listen, and he insults them when they listen, and he insulted the commentators except for JBL.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But speaking of Paul Heyman, we have a new Paul Heyman guy.
We do have a new Paul Heyman guy, and I mean, it's great. I think it's something that Cesaro really needs. He hasn't had too much time on the mic, and being with Paul Heyman automatically puts him to that next level.
Definitely. So
not only did he come out of WrestleMania weekend with the Andre the Giant trophy, which is now smashed, but he came out with Paul Heyman as his new manager, and if anything we've seen in the past with Paul Heyman, look at how much he helped CM Punk, who really didn't need any more help getting over.
The only person we don't really want to bring up is Curtis Axel.
Let's forget that Paul Heyman was ever with Curtis Axel.
The thing is,
Paul can only do so much.
Even though I think Paul Heyman is, really going to help Cesaro, if Cesaro never got Paul Heyman, Cesaro was already, coming up. Where Curtis Axel, no.
Yeah, he was kind of being forced on us. So,
but I'm really excited to see where it goes. Paul Heyman came out on SmackDown with Cesaro, and I was just really I'm really interested to see because Cesaro came out with no music now.
Really?
So I want to see what music he's gonna have.
He's gonna drop the real American
Definitely.
music. He has to.
Because Zeb is still with
Swaggers,
and I mean they're not gonna not play that song.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, how do you feel about the black shiny jacket?
I didn't see Cesaro. Was he wearing it on SmackDown?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's got some questionable stuff that he does.
Because I mean, Jericho pulled off the silver shiny jacket, but that was Jericho.
Yeah.
And he's the Ayatollah Rockarola.
Yeah.
And that's his thing. Cesaro, I don't see this big tough guy coming out in.
But
shiny
he's European, and Europeans do weird stuff like wear shiny jackets. I guess I don't know. It's cool to see Paul Heyman with them, but I don't know how this is gonna play out because. Okay, right now we have Swagger with Zeb, and they're the obvious heels. You have Cesaro, who's the fans love, and then you have Paul Heyman, who the fans kind of love, but he's with Brock Lesnar right now, and the fans don't like Brock because he beat the streak. So is Paul Heyman going to be a heel when he's with Brock and a face when he's with Cesaro, or... that's where I'm interested. Like, where is this going to go?
Yeah, and I don't know when, because, I mean, the crowd on Monday night, I don't know if you could really, because the crowd after WrestleMania isn't like the crowds on other
No, because you have wrestling fans from all over the world that are there.
They're known for cheering the heels and stuff like that.
They're known for cheering good wrestlers who, for some reason, always happen to be heels.
But, anyway, we're going to have to see where that goes. And what do we got next?
We got a lot of guys coming up from NXT. That's what we got. We got some video packages that were debuted or that were shown on Raw for some people's coming debuts, and then I'm sure they were shown on SmackDown. I didn't watch SmackDown yet.
I watched it, but I don't remember. There probably was some. I was kind of forwarding through some stuff, but we had the videos for Adam Rose and Bo Dallas, and we had the debut of Alexander Rusev.
Yeah. Poor Zack Ryder taking the hit for Alexander Rusev.
I get pumped every time he gets some TV time, but...
It's always bad. And then Rusev also picked up a win over Sin Cara, and I believe that was on Superstars or Main Event?
Main event, yeah.
Yeah. So he picked up 2 wins this week over, 2 somewhat established guys, I mean, glorified jobbers at this point, but still they're names, So he got the win over them. I'm really excited for Adam Rose to make his debut on TV. I know you don't like dancing gimmicks and stuff.
I don't like the goofy gimmicks, and here's my point. NXT, the Wyatts were a serious team, Shield were a serious team, Big E was not a joke, and, I mean, Big E's not as much as the others, but they're up, like, look at the Shield, look at the Wyatts, they're, like, the top guys. Okay, look at Xavier Woods. Even Fandango was cool for like a couple minutes.
Yeah. They dropped the ball with Fandango.
Even Triple H was bashing him.
Yeah. Well, Triple H bashed him, but then at the same time gave him credit. I forget exactly how he worded it, but he said something where he put him down and then gave him credit where like the fans should be more appreciative of him or something like that. And to get on Fandango right now, he's starting to have this storyline going on where he broke up with Summer Rae and is now with Layla, and I've been following on Twitter, and it's super compelling. I'm watching like a Twitter breakup happen with WWE wrestlers, and it's weird.
I'm willing to give anyone a chance, so I'll see where it goes.
I just like Adam Rose because it's fun. He's got the rosebuds out there. He's got the Exotic Express. All these people come out in weird costumes and dance around. Honestly, it's probably not a gimmick that's going to get super over, and it's not going to, he's not going to be a world champ with this gimmick, but it's just fun for the time being, and it's better than Santino Marella.
True. And, okay, we have a little less than a minute to go, but your thoughts on this whole Sting signing a contract? Did he or didn't he?
I think he did. They're saying he officially signed. Where in the past they were just talking about rumors. I think he officially signed. What he's going to do, I have no idea because The Undertaker lost his streak, and that was the big match.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is The Undertaker is out of the picture, and it's just for Sting to be the headliner of the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. Or like I said, where I thought it might go on Raw with Undertaker coming out saying he's going to retire, and Sting's like, "Whoa, hang on, we haven't had a match. Let's do this." Maybe that'll happen.
But we're gonna have to wait and see, and because we're out of time, and we're out of here.
See ya.